Okay, now get it right, come on. We're catching up to it was really choppy there, I'm trying to wait for this NASA to get up here and get connected up so they get me live time, Hello, here I am live. Saturday night in Sun City, Arizona. I don't have the music though, this could be the last time. This could be let me be the last time. I don't know. Oh no. So I've been writing and this would be the last time, Freaking pacified Mormons. Freaking drawing intentions within themselves to speak of a body of what? Competing with the body of Mullahs. And that's what's pushing Muslims. Next paragraph. The winner is and receives what? News media is picking up and speaking sort of. And the Muslims seem to have drifted off into a timely space where once we did roam. America, the free, home of the brave, and godly graces to all God's children, believing in and being born again in Christ. That happens to be the only way on this God's earth that any of you will be able to survive during these next 2 very ungrateful years of trashing the United States of American soil. That this place being wherever it did touch the feet of any born-again Christian. It's just the way it is and shall always remain. To be alive now, you must be born again in Christ, forgiving, love, and now act accordingly forever after. And no more harm will come to anyone on this God's peaceful, grace-giving world of His earth. But can't you see this must rush out to everyone now like now, so all can know what rules have been restored, and then watch what will happen. War? War? LOL. It's just the devil, as has been said, that is shaken in its booties as war crumbles, and the leading families will all die defamed, forever ungrateful, wretched animals that they have turned into. And now nothing is in the way of the will of the Father of our God that we call ours, even though it is He that made us. Wishing to be so proud to be called His Son, that is the very best anyone can ever expect. Above everything on His earth, cannot be found such a son, or is there? Who's talking, who's not? Then poured out the bowl, and Christ's bowl wasn't very well taken by the Muslim types back in those days. They showed delight when stoning or beheading show were in for that day, and such a shame they have all became, blindly, not really knowing why. We give you, yes, once a last dance of Christ forgiven, to love God as the people in North Korea pretend to love Him, and as the only and one, and to treat each other, everyone as a neighbor. Now none of the other rules are needed, as following these takes away any negative reactions. Your will is your own, but we must live and breathe in it under God's will. And that is a reaction that gets the whistle blown every time. Stop in the name of God's will before you wreck His world. Drop those mind-controlling books that only seek to tame your minds collectively. Then you will be used for whatever is their purpose. And it's just gain on this earth. And this is wrong. And seek inside, that is being born again, and accept Christ's Spirit that came and caused this all to be here even now, and until ever after we flow in the Creator's love every moment, awake or sleeping. Peace out to us all. That's hard to understand? I think not. And these mind-controlling books that you read and you get those verses, they get imprinted on your minds, and there's things in there for you to do. And these things are against God's will, the Creator. You know, we're made in the image of. And you try to do something to someone, you're doing it to like a creation. It's God. So that's where that no K part comes in. So ignorant, you know. So easily understandable. You know, and we just like to see the Muslims just to get that in their head and understand that point. Now there's parts that go on over here still that aren't on the good side, and that's because of controlling interests and greedy evil people trying to get in those places where they can control things, and it's just wrong, and it's very misleading. And then we have laws that are trying to, you know, move and take over, and you know, it takes away from this God's concept of living in Christ, to where you're just enclosed in an enclosure, but it's man-made for control of whomever, and that's not God's will. Amen.